The calls to find visualised enemy forwards have been non-stop, but you have got to find visualised. I wish we could.
Jason Mylewaters. You need to sign on there as well.
My name's Craig Coombe from New Zealand, small place called Taranaki. I was brought up in a town, Stratford. Decided to move over to Australia 7 years ago, chase the money and get into the motorsport of drifting. Been drifting for about 3 years now. I work FIFO and I sell performance parts on the side to help fund the sport. Just keeps me going, and keeps this thing ticking over. I spent about 2 years building the Skyline, put about 50 grand into it. But it's just what it takes, you know. We're here today at Collie Motorplex, Western Australia, at T1 WA. We've had a few faults with the Skyline, just waiting for a new fuel pump to turn up, and hopefully we'll be able to get back out there and put on a bit of a show for everyone without doing any more damage to the car. It's supposed to be number one in the motorsport. You've just got to be pretty competitive. Just better push your car to the limits, but keep it under control. Try and get door-on-door action with other cars. Here in WA, drifting is quite new. It's only been around for about 4 or 5 years. So there's not much sponsorship from that at the moment. It's not as big as what it is in New Zealand and over east on the other side of Australia. So hopefully if I just keep pushing how I am, can get a few state titles and hopefully compete in the Australian circuit in the Drift GP, and eventually we land a few sponsors and get everything happening from there. I suppose in the last few years in WA it's picked up quite a lot. When we first started drifting here at Collie, there was they'd only let like 5 cars a day drift. So when I first used to come out here, they just only let us do circuit runs. But since then we've had a few of the local guys been working pretty hard. A few of the guys have given up their drifting to focus on getting it all set up, and as you see today, we've had quite a good turnout. Drifting's starting to get pretty big in WA. The age group in here in drifting, anyone between 16 to 50. There's not really any age limit in drifting, so if you're crazy, if you've got a wicked car, you just want to go and have fun, it's definitely the way to go. Well, for me in drifting, I want to go all the way. Eventually end up with state titles and end up in the Australian GP. I'm currently building another weapon at the moment, but that'll be unveiled later on, and that should put some serious power to the ground. April next year, we're planning a trip with the boys to Japan. Going to pick up an S15 and we'll do the Drift Matsuri over there. So it should be a lot of fun and be able to learn a few skills from the Japanese guys and see what they've got for us. Since I started drifting here in Western Australia, I've come a long way. When I first started, this was only a pretty basic setup. I put a lot of money into it to make it more of a competitive car. We're just constantly ironing out little issues and fine-tuning the suspension, trying to get this thing smoking up tyres as good as we can get it, so we can try and maintain speed and still be quite competitive, as well as put on a good show for all the spectators. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about for me, is just putting on a show, As much as I do like the competitive side to it, I just love putting on a show for everybody who comes to watch the sport. And I think the more we do that, then the more people we can get to come and back the sport up and support us. I reckon we can take drifting a long way in Western Australia.
Beep, 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 beep.
All right, good to go.
Yep, let's go. All right.